Hello, it's Dan again, and today I am showing you my BattleStation / setup. So here we go. The reason I'm doing this is basically because I haven't done anything like this for a while. The last thing I did was a very long video, which is somewhere down here on my page, where I converted a ATX PC to a mini ITX PC. So the first one, well, let's start from the beginning. So when I was like, I don't know, 13 or 14, I bought a pre-built computer from PC World or something, and it came with, well, it didn't have a graphics card. So I upgraded it, got a GTX 550 Ti, also got a bigger power supply, and also got a fan for it. Eventually I sold it to build an ATX computer, which some of the components from it are actually still in this one. And then eventually I realised, well, one day I'm going to be moving to university, so I want to get a smaller portable case which I can also take to LAN parties. Which at that point I made this video and saved up and bought the Lian TU200B case. And then shortly after doing that, this case here was announced, which was the 380T. So I went ahead and purchased this and transferred basically the guts of my old computer into this one. Yeah, I didn't make any videos about that or anything, so I thought I'd make one now just to explain that. So here it is. So yesterday I actually took this computer downstairs, opened it up, cleaned up all the dust and also tidied some cables. And I actually took quite a decent picture of it, which I put on Instagram, and a page reposted it, and I got it's probably over 1,000 likes now. The page has 16,000 followers. People like it, so I thought I might as well make a video about it. So here it is. I'll go through the specs in a moment, but let's go through the rest of everything else. So here's my desk. If you see any of my other videos, you realise that I've probably moved house, and I have. This room is much smaller than my other ones, so I only have this one part of the desk, and it's very cramped. But I felt I've done pretty well in terms of space. So on the top here, I've got some random crap. I've got Jebediah from Kerbal Space Program, some stuff, my router, my PC, KINGSTON HyperX, stress thing. The first Master Chief got a action figure and a remake of one of the old Star Wars ones. It's not a real one. It's a remake. And then some other crap, really, some stuff in here. Here, which is actually turned off right now, is my Microsoft Surface Pro 3, which I love very much. I got it about October last year, mainly for like studies and stuff, and it's really good. I got quite a nice student discount on it, so it's great. I got a load of old games here, mainly Halo games. I used to love Halo. And got my monitor, which is my Korean monitor. I made a video about. One of my most viewed videos is the review I did of this monitor. A really bad review, but still shows off the monitor. So yeah, so I've got 90 hertz at the moment, which is pretty good. I've also got some old books here, just to raise the height of the monitor, so the middle of it is at my eye level, which I found is much more comfortable. Some generic Logitech speakers. I got quite a nice Logitech webcam. Also, I have this keyboard, which I believe is the Corsair. I think it's the K70 RGB, I believe. So yeah, it's RGB. Every single key you can have any color. This is the default at the moment. I also have the mouse. I can't remember the name of the mouse actually, but it's one of their FPS gaming mouses, which has the slow motion button on the side. I also have a IKEA diode set, which is basically RGB lighting, which is behind the monitor and also behind this pillar behind here. So that's that, but there's more. Below, I've actually got quite a nice bit of cable management. So when I first moved to this house, we were planning to get fibre, and eventually we did, but I asked it to be put into this bedroom so I could have it wired to my computer. So here we have the modem, which was what was fitted to the wall by the engineer, and then it all goes up the back here, up through a hole up there, and up behind everything up to the top here. So it's all nice and tidy. So when I first, when I moved house, I took the opportunity to completely redo my setup. So before, my PC was on the floor, and now it's up here, and all the cables are very tidy, and also they're all behind here. So if you look in here, this is actually a extension cable kind of bar. You can put extra sockets in it and stuff, which I have everything plugged into, and it's not actually meant to be there. It's meant to be stuck onto the back of this, but it keeps coming loose. But I can't really see it coming loose. It's not much of a problem, but everything's all tidy behind here. And also, I've used a lot of cable tidies like these here. You see these? So I've used them all up and down the back of the case, the back of the desk and stuff, and it's all very tidy behind there. Unfortunately, it just keeps falling off because it's not sticky enough. So that's a problem. But it doesn't matter, because soon, in a couple of days, I'll be moving to university. So I'll be taking all this with me and basically redoing everything again. So, hey ho. So anyway, let's get back to the computer. So, I'm going to open it up and just quickly talk through the specs. So, quite a few of the components in here are actually, the original ones from my first ever PC I built. So, the CPU hasn't changed. It's the i5 3570K. It's Ivy Bridge, a bit old now, but it still does the job fine. It's overclocked at 4.2 gigahertz. So this has changed since the original one, which was ages ago. It might have been 2012. My EVGA GTX 780 graphics card with the CSC cooler, whatever that is. I have down here on top of here, a 120 gig SSD from KINGSTON and a 1 terabyte hard drive from Seagate Barracuda. So if you look in here, it's water cooled by I think it's a Corsair HS50. I think it's what it's called. I'm not too sure what the name is, but it's the most basic CPU cooler, which from the other side here, which you can't really see very well. And also have 8 gigs of DDR3, 1600 megahertz. Corsair Vengeance low profile, which I want to get. I actually want to upgrade to 16 gigs. So this fan isn't stock. I bought this 200 millimeter fan, which is actually I actually gone through 2 of these. The first one I bought didn't fit, but this one fits very nicely, and it's red, which is quite nice. And there's also a fan on the back there, which came with the case, and a fan came with the water cooler, which is on the other side. So there's a little LED in here which you can turn on and off, which shines onto your CPU, which is cool, which is a cool feature. So in terms of upgrades, future upgrades, I'd love to upgrade the motherboard now, and the CPU and the RAM. Graphics card is still pretty good. I want to wait for the next series of NVIDIA graphics cards to come out before I upgrade, because it's not a huge upgrade between this and the 900 series, not a massive one, and probably not worth the money, because I'm actually gaming on a screen monitor. Okay, I'll come to that in a second. It's not I don't get 60 FPS in every game pretty much, so I would like to upgrade. But yeah, coming back to the CPU, I like to get the latest i5 CPU and also DDR4 RAM, but that's all very expensive at the moment, so that can wait. Because at the moment it's pretty much fine. I have no troubles with it really, but I'm getting close to running out of storage. But when you have a terabyte, you can easily just manage your memory. When it gets full, delete a load of stuff. You take that opportunity to clean things up. But anyway, my monitor, I made a video on it. It's 27 inches and it's 1440p at 90 hertz. So it's Korean. It's a really good screen, but the build quality of the actual thing is terrible. It's very, very wobbly and stuff, but again, it performs very well. So I think that's almost it. So tell me what you think of the setup. Oh wait, no. There's one more thing I want to show. One more cool thing I want to show with my tablet. So I was thinking the other day, I've always wanted a second monitor. I have had one in the past, but not one like permanently. And I thought maybe I could use my tablet as a second monitor. and which you can actually with Splashtop, which is a remote desktop application. You can literally make this as a second screen, as a second monitor. But there's another thing called Mouse Without Borders, which is over here. I'm going to try and zoom in. There we go. And this allows you actually to move your mouse cursor from one computer to another. There we go. So I'm using my mouse here to control it, which is cool. So I can come home after, I don't know, university, unpack my tablet, and then I have two monitors. So that's really cool. So I think this is it really. Thanks a lot for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them into the comments. I'll quickly open Specky just to prove I'm not lying with the specs. There we go. And thank you very much for watching.